Spectrum characteristic display. Next, we will demonstrate the spectral characteristics of the sine wave. We can see that the current waveform is a sine wave. And we can see the relevant parameters of the sine wave: frequency, amplitude, offset, duty, and phase. Press the function soft key corresponding to the frequency to select the frequency. And the frequency can be increased or decreased arbitrarily by adjusting the knob. You can also enter the value through the inbox button. And then rotate the knob to select the frequency unit. We set the frequency to 10.56 kHz and observe the waveform. We set the frequency to 1 MHz and increase the frequency to observe the waveform changes. The instrument has two models, JDS8060 and JDS8080. The sine wave frequency output range of JDS8060 is up to 60 MHz. And the sine wave frequency output range of JDS8080 is up to 80 MHz. The instrument demonstrated in the video is the JDS8060. We readjust the frequency to 10 kHz. Press the function soft key corresponding to the amplitude to select the amplitude. And adjust the amplitude with the knob. Let's first show some waveforms at small amplitudes. This is the signal waveform of 0.01 peak to peak. We increase the amplitude to observe the waveform. And when it is within 1 MHz, the amplitude can reach a maximum of 25 peak to peak. Switch the waveform to square wave. and check the square wave at different frequencies in turn. Hz square wave. 2 MHz square wave. 8 MHz square wave. 15 MHz square wave. Adjust the frequency to 15 kHz. And switch the waveform to pulse wave. The square wave is a pulse wave with a fixed duty cycle of 50%. The duty cycle of the pulse wave is continuously adjustable. Press the function soft key corresponding to the duty cycle. Adjust the duty cycle. The maximum duty cycle is 99.99%, and the minimum is 0.01%. Switching the waveform to a triangular wave. We can increase the frequency and observe the change of the triangular waveform. Switch the waveform to the ramp. The duty cycle of the ramp can be adjusted, and the ramp with different slopes can be obtained through the duty cycle. Switch the waveform to CMOS wave, and the amplitude of the CMOS wave can be adjusted freely. Switch the waveform to the DC level, and change the voltage of the DC level by adjusting the offset. The offset range of the DC level is 9.99 to 12 V.